And meanwhile, the Supreme Court, even without Rick Grinnell or any other new Trump appointee, decided this week to take a case that concerns us. It is Fulton versus the City of Philadelphia. And this is the longstanding case of the City of Philadelphia, which has a non-discrimination law covering sexual orientation and gender identity, taking away city funding from a Catholic adoption services agency because the agency discriminates and will not assign foster or adoptive kids to same-sex families, couples, parents.
And again, this isn't about the right of a Catholic agency only to give Catholics babies if they want to, but they've got to do that with their own money, not with our money. And if you're going to use our money, you have to comply with the civil law. All agencies in New York that get city money have to sign something saying, in the provision of services and in hiring, we will follow the city's laws around all these things. Of course, I don't think that they do follow it, and I don't think the city checks up on a lot of these agencies.
No, but for instance, the Salvation Army has had to change some of its policies because of laws like that. But this agency, this Catholic agency, has been fighting back against the city and saying, you're not honoring our religious freedom to make our choices. And the answer, of course, is you can make whatever choices you want. As Andy just said, you can't use city public money to do it. Well, they have been to court, and the courts, the lower courts, have decided in favor of the city and said your non-discrimination policy is not discriminating against their religion. It is a neutral law that says you cannot discriminate in the awarding of city funds in these ways, and therefore you, the city, are right and the agency is wrong. But the agency, supported by the usual right-wing law firms, is pursuing this. And now the Supreme Court has agreed to hear this case. And that is very potentially bad news for us because A, they have a 5-person majority on the Supreme Court. B, we could easily lose this case and lose the right to have non-discrimination laws apply on our behalf. And C, it can then be extrapolated very, very widely to all sorts of cases and situations, and soon we'll have Sharia law in place.
Please, and they're already going to rule. They've already heard the case where they're going to, probably rule against us to allow all kinds of money to go to religious institutions, no matter what they do, or to run schools and other kinds of services. That's the direction everything is going. This case is not even going to be heard until the next term. But we have a lot of cases coming down the pike. Maybe we won't hear until June, probably won't hear until June, about what happened with all those gay rights cases and trans rights cases that they heard.
And whether sex discrimination includes sexual orientation.
All major child welfare agencies oppose this suit, by the way. It is being handled by something called the Beckett Law Group, which is a
like the Alliance Defending Freedom,
which is a religious right group. Now they do have a new archbishop in Philadelphia replacing the hard right anti-gay Chaput. And this guy's name is Nelson Perez, and nobody seems to have reached out to him and said, hey, you had a gay ministry in your last diocese in Cleveland. Do you really want to pursue this kind of thing against gay people? And it's not just against gays, it's against Jews or people
Muslims
who don't follow your religion as well.
Well, I am more skeptical than you that any official of the Catholic Church is going to side with us against a Catholic agency.
I don't think they will, but I think they should be put on the spot on it. And I think Philadelphia activists should get out there, ask for a meeting, and if he won't give you a meeting, have a little picket line up there and expose this guy. If he's, don't let him play Santa Claus. And act like he's I said St. Francis. Pope Francis is the good Pope. Put him in there to replace the bad guy. Well, let's find out.